What's goody, what's goody, everybody? This is Came in the Back with my tea of the day. Season 5, episode 12. Um, Cinco y diez dos? No, doce. Doce, guys, doce. Get into that Spanish. I'm here bringing you the last episode of the year. And boy, has it been a year. 2023. It has definitely been real. I've learned a lot. I've laughed a lot. I've cried sometimes. I've definitely got emotional. I definitely had a better year than last year. I can say that. Because I treated myself well this year. I allowed myself to fail, but I also gave myself grace, and I also didn't allow myself to be disrespected as much as I did in the past. So that is a amazing thing. Let's start off with the musicality of the year. We had some decent albums this year. We definitely did. If I'm not mistaken, Coco Jones dropped this year. Her album was good. Scissor dropped the top of the year. Can't forget that. That album was amazing. It definitely did what it needed to do. Miss Bailey was Chloe. Chloe definitely dropped this year. She shut the table. She went on tour. Tour was successful. She did something for Dionne Warwick. Like, sis is eating over here. Whether y'all like her or not, whether y'all think she gives too much or not, whether y'all keep calling her Beyonce light and this, that, and the third. She's not trying to be Beyonce. She wants to be inspired. Is she inspired by Beyonce? Obviously. Who's not inspired by Beyonce? However, she's her own woman. She's her own artist. Allow her to grow in this new year. So one thing that we are dumping in this new year is allowing artists to grow. We have to. Whether we like their growth or not. That means maybe they're not for us anymore. Or in that season or in that era. They may not be for us in that particular moment. And that's perfectly fine. For you to have that revelation or you to come up with that conclusion for that artist. But we have to allow the artists to grow just like we're supposed to grow. We're not supposed to stay the same way every year. We're supposed to grow. Within, whether it's a big growth, a small growth, a medium growth, whatever growth it is, we're supposed to do it. And then celebrate our growth. Acknowledge our growth. And then celebrate it. As humans, oftentimes, we don't celebrate the small... No, we don't celebrate the wins. And that's unfortunate. Right? Living day to day, that's a win. Doing something that's going to make you happy at the end of the day is a win. You gaining a relationship, you losing a relationship is a win. You getting all your documents together is a win. You moving in to your own apartment, your own room, your own whatever is a win. You actually dealing with your trauma from your past is a win. You traveling. Being able to travel is a win. You changing jobs into a whole completely different field is a win. I want to shout myself out for that. That's what kind of made the year end off on a better note. As some of y'all guys know, I changed jobs this year. And it was the scariest thing. I could have ever done, especially in the time period I was in. And I'm excited and I'm happy and I'm thrilled that I actually went through with it. Because I was with that company since '09, and there was just, it wasn't giving anymore. The people were good. The coworkers was good. They were great. But the math wasn't mathing. I didn't see myself growing in the company. So it was eventually time that it was time for the move. It was time for me to move. And the place I am now is a completely different field. I'm in the shelter system now. And I'm a case manager. So my day-to-days is completely different than the day-to-days that I was dealing with at Walgreens, of course. Why would it not be? But me trying to learn my role and then succeed in my role. If I if I can pat myself on the back. As much as I've learned, whether it was independently or through my coworkers, it definitely taught me a lot about myself as well, or more about myself. Because of course I'm learning more and more every day about myself, but it definitely taught me more about myself and taught me that this is where I need to be. Maybe not necessarily the shelter aspect of it, because there is a lot of politics and stuff like that that goes along with it. But I'm happy I made the choice to get into a field that actually helps people. Because yes, I'll have days that I'm just completely depleted, because that is the workforce, and that is especially dealing with an emotional job like I am, and just going through the motions with your client, because you want your client to be their best. You want your client to be able to give their best and to do everything that's necessary for them to get to that next step. And unfortunately, sometimes people are going to be people, and you just have to have that realization or come that conversation with yourself to not get as emotionally involved as maybe you were, kind of thing. And I know that's definitely easier said than done, but I've learned boundary. Because there was an experience that I had. There was a few experiences, but there was definitely an experience with like one of my first clients, and I was confused with the action that this client was displaying at the particular moment, and it broke my heart. It literally broke my heart, and I felt like I could have somehow changed the event if I made a call. Or if I noticed what that was, if I put a word to what that was, that those actions were. And me being new to the field, I didn't know the words. I didn't know how to describe those actions. Well, I knew how to describe the action. I just didn't know what that was called or what the protocol was. But thank God it's different now, and you know, he's back, kind of thing. But it was definitely a trying time when I had to deal and witness with that. But ultimately, I'm extremely happy that I've made the change, and just having different conversations with different men every day is amazing. Because I get to humanize the experience, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people just make it seem like shelters are so horrible, shelters like the worst place ever, and XYZ. Although those can be, you know, absolute truths, because I'm not necessarily living there. I don't have that experience of living there, but I do see how the men are treated, and I do see how the men are taken care of, or XYZ. But of course, you have to be the person to want to be taken care of as well, and allow us to help you. And oftentimes, as people, and of course, as unfortunately men, we have this guard up so much where we're afraid to ask for help. We'll be bleeding, we'll be hurt, we'll be whatever, and it would take us literally almost our last breath to ask for help. And that's an issue. That's the whole problem. And we're not doing that next year. We're not doing that in 2024. We're not. So, if you're not well, mentally, physically, go get checked out. Let that be the first thing you do. Because we need to grow old together, guys. That is the goal. To grow old together. Not to die young. That's not the goal. That's never been the goal. That will not be the goal. So, we need to allow ourselves to be adults. And to make sure that we are good. To make sure that we are checked out. To make sure that our health is intact. Our mental are intact. Our emotions are intact. We need to continuously check on these things so we know we are on the same page. We're on the right page. We are on the straight and narrow. We are doing what we need to do to get where we need to get. But the job has definitely taught me what I will and will not tolerate in the job. And people can try if they want to, but they will not succeed. So, in this year, guys, allow yourself to be used by your job. But don't allow yourself to be disrespected by your job. Allow yourself to work, to do what you need to do to perform this job, whatever that job is. Whatever you signed up for. Because remember, we signed up for this job. We signed up to get into this field or whatever that looks like. But allow yourself to never be disrespected. Make boundaries. Just like you have to make boundaries in your personal life, make boundaries in your work life. You have to make boundaries. And if someone is not reciprocating or getting into your gig or talking to you or helping you or assisting you for whatever reason that they may have, let them be them. But don't let that affect you. And this new year, literally, don't pay it on our mind. It is what it is. It is what it is. And if you feel like this job is no longer serving you, you no longer have a purpose, and you feel like you're stuck there, find something else. Because jobs are supposed to hopefully become careers. Or you have to find yourself a career, something that you actually love to do, so it don't seem like a job. Or find something that will excite you. Find something that you always kind of want to get into, but did not necessarily know how to, or whatever that may look like. But never be afraid to change your environment, especially in jobs, because this is something that's paying your bills. This is something that you have to do to live. And if you're unhappy in this job, then ultimately that's fucking up the rest of your whole life. If we're being 100%, if we're keeping it a buck, because you're more than likely at work more than you are at home. So if your work life is not it, you need to fix that. So then your home life can be it, and your job life can be it, and everything else that makes you you could be it, because they all have to intertwine. So please, if you need to leave your job, leave it. We are definitely not allowing ourselves to fail. As adults, I'm going to continue to say this. We need to deal with our traumas. We need to deal with our emotions. We need to deal with the what ifs. We need to deal with what I wish I was. We need to deal with the jealousy. We need to deal with the hate. The inner hate, the outer hate. The jealousy of ourselves. Being jealous of ourselves. Being jealous of others. Wishing and making connections like, oh, this person has this. Mind your fucking business. That person does have that. Congratulations, but what do you have? Okay, so you have that, but they don't have that. So why are we comparing and contrasting what each of us has. So we're going to stop that in 2023. 2024, we are going in strong. We are going in powerful. We are going in checked. And we are making sure we do daily motherfucking check-ins. Check on your strong friends. Check on your friends in general. Make sure that they're actually good. Because that's how a lot of friendships and a lot of associationships fall apart. Because we stop checking. Because we just assume that they're good. We assume that because they're posting, they're good. And posting seeming happy doesn't equate to actually being happy. That doesn't equate to, oh, they're really good. So I'm happy that they're good. No. We have to actually check on them. We have to make sure that they're actually mentally good, spiritually good, financially good, personally good, professionally good. Like, there's so many different aspects of being good. Check on your people. Make people, find people, have people, and then check on them. It is imperative for you, being a grown-ass adult, and it's also imperative for them. Make sure that they're checking on you. It goes both ways. If we stop checking on each other, then that means, obviously, we're done. Mission complete. Season ended. We would have to figure that out. And I hate being in that predicament to have to figure out what happened when there's no word said. So, again, I'm probably going to reiterate this as well. But have those hard conversations with your friends, with your family, with your people, to get better understandings and get clearer guidelines of what we are doing. And in our check-ins, we will figure out, oh, did you change? Did things change? Did our dynamic change? So are we going through a growing spurt? Are we going through a growing pattern? Like, what are we doing? Like, what's really going on? So we're both on the same page. So we both have the ability and we will both have the options to continue this friendship if we feel like it's needed or it's beneficial or we want this, or we both have the option to just let it go and leave it there, but we all should be having these conversations. So we're all on the same page, so we're not blindsided of the scenario when the scenario happens. And I say that to say this. Allow your friends to take time off if that's what is needed. And allow themselves to come back. Allow themselves to get back to who they were. Maybe before you. And if your friendship is as strong as you feel like it is, still insert yourself. So show your presence, but allow them to still get back to where they need to get back to. Or feel the emotions that they need to feel. Or just be there until they're ready for you to physically be there. We are leaving DMN in 2023. Because I'm confused how you can't video chat. I'm confused how you cannot video call. I'm confused of how you're 47 and you have Batman figurines on your counter, but you can't show me your face. I'm just confused and baffled at the men that has hit me up this year, that has not enticed me this year, that has kind of wasted my time this year. But I'm excited and happy to know that there was still boundaries. There was still the allowed amount of time that I gave before I cut them off, before I just did not respond, before I just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because the deal men are not going to be who you want them to be. They're not going to give you, the love, the support, the whatever you think you expect out of a deal man, they're not going to give you. Because they can't. Because ultimately, they don't even know who the hell they are. They're still trying to figure their shit out. So, you can't expect them to be who you want them to be. You can't. Like, I have this young man. And we we talk from time to time. He hit me up out the blue last week, matter of fact. After we're not speaking for months. And he thought that it was okay. And he thought I was still going to be on his dick. But he never gave me the dick yet. So, what dick am I supposed to be on? So, I'm kind of flabbergasted, kind of confused. But for me, I still want to try the dick. If that makes sense. Just to try it. Not to be attached to it, not to fall in love with the dick, because I don't know what that man is. I already know it would never be what I want it to be, and I don't even want him in that aspect. I just want him sexually. I just want to have that experience, and I want him to, quote unquote, experience that with me. That's it, that's all. But in terms of friendships and relationships, let's continue to have clear boundaries. Because every relationship needs a boundary. Every relationship needs a stop button. Every relationship may need a breather. Every relationship, if it is a organic relationship, let it happen naturally. Let it grow naturally. Let it spread their wings naturally. Let it do what it needs to do in a natural state. That is the only way it would work. It would grow. It would do whatever it needs to do. Relationships in 2023 was a no-go for me. Dudes talk the talk, but then it still ended up being a sexual condensation along with those conversations, or them being heard. So this man I've been trying to talk to, been trying to see, for a while. We've been talking for almost 3 months now. No in-depth conversations. When I make a point or when I make a valid point, he suddenly stops responding and then hits me up in the morning and be like, "Good morning. Like, I did not say what the fuck I said last night, but cool." So, if you are hurt and you think you're ready for a relationship, you think you're ready to go to the next step, you think you're ready to meet all of these facets and all of these things, make sure you are actually ready. So you're not wasting someone else's time. So you're not making excuses for your grown-ass behaviors. As a grown-ass man, because you're grown. And I know you're grown. And if you're not ready, it is okay to not be ready. But you need to voice those words. You need to utter those words that you are not ready. You figured out that, you know what? I feel like I'm ready, but I don't think I'm ready. I don't want to be hurt again. But who does? So those excuses of, I don't want to be hurt again, we're not taking those in 2024. Those can kick fucking rocks. We're not taking, oh my gosh, I don't want to be hurt again. I want to take it slow. We all want to take it slow. We all don't want to be hurt again. These are things that is common. Extremely fucking common. And while you continuously saying that, does not negate the fact of you being a horrible human right now. Let's keep it a fucking bug. Let's keep it a fucking stack. So please, gentlemen, this is your portion of the video. If you want Kimi, come and get Kimi. Show Kimi that you want him. Be vocal. Be honest. Communicate. Communication is ideal. Showing me, instead of telling me, is ideal. That is what I respect. That is what I expect. That is what I need. That is what I deserve. That is what I will take. Anything less than that, I am not accepting. So don't pass go. Do not collect $200. Just don't even try. If you're not ready to step to me correctly, don't even try. In this season and in this new year, I am ready for a relationship. I've been ready, but I'm even more ready now. So, come at me correctly, and do not come at all. And that should go for y'all as well. If you're single and you really want a relationship, set those boundaries, set those expectations, set your what you are accepting in this new year, in this new relationships, in this new job, in this new life. What are we accepting and what are we not? That has to be clear as day, January 1st. And it cannot waver. And it should not change to something that's less than. If it changes, it should be something greater. We tighten that hole a little bit more, or whatever that looks like. But it should not be something less than what you deserve. Guys, 2024, I am so excited for this year. I'm excited to venture out to something new again. I'm excited for hopefully the trips and everything I'm able to accomplish. I'm excited for the different things I want to achieve in this year. And I'm completely excited for the new music that is going to happen. I'm excited for the new people that are going to enter my life. And hopefully excited for the people who may continue to be in my life. I'm excited for the challenges. I'm excited for the friendships or the family. I'm excited to hopefully get more connected with my family. That is a goal of mine. And hopefully I will achieve it. I know how I am. I know how they are. And oftentimes we don't mesh. But Christmas literally was so fulfilling for me. It was so, like I had a different hat on, a different perspective. My eyes was completely open. I don't know what it was, but it was literally a beautiful day. I really, extremely was happy. And oftentimes when I'm with family, I'm not. And I never really fake it. And maybe that could be my issue as well. Still things I'm still working on within my family dynamic and what that looks like for the future and the present. But continue to be human. Continue to allow yourself to fail and continue to forgive yourself for things you've done and things you just reacted to. And one thing we need to bring into 2024 is, I'm sorry. I need help. I love you. Genuinely. A lot of us can't say that. Or we say that I love you and we don't really mean it. Really asking, not necessarily asking for forgiveness, but I apologize. I noticed I did something wrong. And I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. Really getting in the nitty gritty of, oh, I fucked up. It was me this time. I apologize. Whether they accept your apology or not, you are adult enough to say, I'm sorry. Whether you even believe you did anything or not, you tried that person or not, maybe you're not even fully aware. But it's I'm sorry. That can just change that whole dynamic. That can just change a lot. But then, knowing what the fuck you're sorry for, understanding the confusion, and understanding what you're sorry for, so then you know not to do that again. Because, again, within the boundaries, we will not tolerate certain actions over and over and over again. That's not going to happen. Because how are you as a person going to heal? How are you as a person going to ultimately respect yourself if you continue to allow this behavior that these people are doing? A plus B equals C. all the time. 1 plus 2 always equals 3. And will never equal anything else. Respect plus respect equals respect. Respect plus disrespect does not equal respect. It equals a conversation. It equals, let's talk about this, because maybe we're not as on the same page as I thought we were. And that's an issue for me. So let's get back on the same page, if possible. Let's do the work to get back on the same page. People, in 2024, let's do the work. Let's legitimately, ultimately, cohesively do the fucking work. Whatever your issues are, whatever your traumas are, whatever those things that are great in you, but are not so great in you, continue to fix. Never stop allowing yourself to grow in any aspect. Never allow yourself to not continue to learn yourself. Never allow yourself to continue to have the same mindset as you did last year, as you did last month. Some things have to change. Some scenarios have to change. Some situations have to change. And those situations should change something. Because life will always life. Life will have life. Life will continue to life. And you just have to get on board. You have to get on board with the change. Because your life will change in a split of a fucking second. And you have to know how to handle that without fucking breaking. And if you break, which is perfectly fine because we are human. So if you do break, allow yourself to be built. And ideally, try to give yourself a time limit so you're not in that for that long. So you're not beating yourself up for that long. So you're not going unkept for that long. And again, ask for help. Whether it is medical, mental, financial, emotional help, just having a conversation with someone could literally change your perspective, change your day. That's extremely why I'm so blessed and happy to be in the field I am. Because I get to have those type of conversations with these men and figure out the connections and the parallels of our lives, and hopefully, with my input, with my experience, help these men with my gratitude and fortitude and just me being as open as I possibly can help these men way beyond an apartment, but actually help them emotionally, actually help them like spiritually or whatever kind of ounce that they need to get through the day, to get through the months, to get through the years. That is my goal. My goal is to help. And hopefully this channel, within the pop culture and the stuff, hopefully it helps someone. Hopefully you get a different perspective out of life with this one. Hopefully the words I'm saying is something that you needed to hear that day. Because affirmations are completely necessary for day to day. Looking in the mirror is completely necessary for day to day. Just saying I love you to yourself is completely necessary for day to day. Dating yourself, taking yourself out. All of these things are necessary for yourself, for your own growth, your own well-being. Whether you're with someone or not, you still need to do things for yourself that feeds yourself. And this channel fed me this year. Although I was not on the channel for a lot this year. This may have been the shortest year I've done. But I'm so ready to get back in the saddle and stop being scared and stop looking at the numbers and just continue to speak from my heart and have these conversations and help someone out there and allow someone to be as free as they need to be. Life is already hard. Don't make it harder. Come out. Be that person you're supposed to be. Do not stay in that fucking box. Don't box yourself in. You're too precious and you're too loved to do that to yourself. And we talked about a lot. The 8 dimensions of wellness. The expectations and the intentions. A lot of these episodes went fucking hard this year. And literally, from my heart, right off the dome, like, I'm gonna end it here. Thank y'all for riding with me since 2019 and continuously riding with me into 2024. And graphic designers, hit me up. It's time to give something new in terms of my graphic icon. Audience, artists, personnel, pop people, people who just want to have different conversations. Hit me up. And IG, Kimi Holder, or Facebook at Kimi Holder, or my website Kimi C of the Day, or my other Facebook Kimi C of the Day. I am on everywhere you can stream a podcast. I'm on there. So get into the gig. And let's make 2024 the best year for this podcast. I'm speaking this into existence. I'm speaking gratitude in everyone's life. Fortitude in everyone's life. I'm speaking abundance of love, personal love and self-love on everyone's life. I am speaking growth into everyone's life. I'm speaking amazing things into everyone's life. I'm speaking vacations into everyone's life. I'm speaking not giving a fuck about what people think in everyone's life. I am thinking and putting out into the atmosphere just amazing people vibing out. Amazing friendships growing. Amazing friendships rekindling. Amazing relationships maybe forming, growing, and just being. Allow yourself to be, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to feel, and to express what you are feeling. This has been an amazing year, and let's step into 2024 together with our head held motherfucking high, our chests out, and ready to conquer this year. But remember, every year has its challenges. Let's just make sure we are prepared emotionally and mentally to conquer these challenges. We got this. This year is going to be better than last. I want to promise you, but I can't. But I'm putting it out there. This year will be better than the last. So let's get into 2024 together. Let's be safe on this New Year's Eve into our new year. And let's just really just celebrate ourselves and be one with ourselves and be one with whoever we're celebrating and bringing the new year in with. And let's make it a safe, peaceful, and happy new year. Later, guys.